Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video, an old friend returns to the channel. As some of you may know, a year ago from today, GRENINJA was released into Pokemon Go, and the video that I made on it helped to launch my channel into what it is today. So today, we will revisit GRENINJA, this time in the REMIX Cup, a meta where it absolutely dominates. We'll be using a team of Golbat, Empoleon, and GRENINJA, created by Zaire Felrose and popularized by Zionic, and I will have a link to Zaire's channel in the description. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and let's take a look at GRENINJA in action in the REMIX Cup. Hopping into the first match pretty neutrally, Golbat into Rapidash. I have two better responses in back, so we save switch into the Empoleon and we bait out Shadow Machamp. Definitely good to bait out the Shadow Machamp so GRENINJA will not have to see it in the back. The Machamp is able to farm down and leave with a lot of energy, but that's exactly why we have Golbat. And we are running the non-Shadow version as well, because the non-Shadow version can actually tank a Rock Slide from Machamp, which is absolutely terrific. Unfortunately, they do reach a Cross Chop, which I do need to shield up, but I do want to preserve energy, so we'll be able to Poison Fang whatever comes in, and they have Scissor in the back. So we are going to Poison Fang and then instantly bring in GRENINJA. And now it's time for GRENINJA to shine. GRENINJA does charge very quickly. We are going for the Night Slash, and GRENINJA hits hard. The Scissor makes the mistake of not shielding, and GRENINJA is able to take them out with the lower defense. In comes the Rapidash, and Rapidash is going to have a very tough time. We are able to get the shield with the Night Slash, which is very nice. And from here, these bubbles are chunking, so we could have thrown the Surf, but honestly, either move will KO at this health. We go for the Night Slash takes out the Rapidash, we get the boost to add insult to injury, and that is a good game. Alright, hopping into the next match, we have Golbat into Greedent. Now this is a pretty decent lead for us, especially because we're double resisting the Bullet Seeds, so Greedent applies basically no fast move pressure to Golbat. They're going for the Body Slam, so my thinking here is I'll stay in here for a while to get some chip damage and to be able to lower their defense, and then I will eventually safe switch into the Empoleon. The Greedent stays in and throws. Crunch doesn't hit particularly hard, even though Empoleon is pretty glassy, so I don't have to shield that up. And now I am going to throw the Hydro Cannon before they reach their next crunch to either get a shield or take them out. We do get the shield, which is very nice, and now I should be in a position where I can shield up and farm down. They decide not to switch out, Empoleon able to farm down, and we should be in a pretty good spot, especially when they bring in Diggersby, as we're able to hit them for massive super effective damage with the Hydro Cannon. We're able to get the shield. They're just going for a Fire Punch, which will be enough to KO at this range, but we have a shield advantage, and we can safely bring in the Golbat, and we'll also have GRENINJA in the back. Now, thankfully, Diggersby is forced to go for non-stab Fire Punches in this matchup, so it doesn't do a whole lot to us, and we'll be able to lower their defense before we bring in the GRENINJA. Again, farming up, going for another Poison Fang. The Poison Fangs are, of course, resisted. It is a ground type, but the nice thing is we are still able to survive another Fire Punch, and now it's going to be all up to GRENINJA. In comes GRENINJA, and they have a Pidgeot in the back without any shields, and GRENINJA going for the Surf. Surf does do more damage. The Surf lands. Pidgeot trying to get to a move, but they're not able to. GRENINJA able to get to the Night Slash. Night Slash takes them out. GRENINJA gets the boost. GRENINJA is going to be able to reach the Night Slash, almost able to farm down thanks to the boost. We are just going to be shielding up the Fire Punch. We are going for the Night Slash, and with the boost, this Night Slash is definitely going to KO the low HP Diggersby, and that is a good game. Alright, hopping into the next match, we have Golbat into Drapion. This is not a good lead. I typically like to stay in and farm up some energy before I save switch into the Empoleon. I will let them hit me with a Crunch, that's fine, and now we're going to bring in the Empoleon. Drapion farming up a decent amount of energy, and they are going to be throwing the Crunch. Crunch does do a solid chunk of damage. Drapion does hit pretty hard, and they have Dragalge in the back. Dragalge is tough, especially since we're at low health, is they are going to be able to commit to the farm down. Oh, we just can't get to that Drill Peck. That is so bad, and we are now going to bring in Golbat. We are going for the Poison Fang right away. Doesn't do a whole lot, but I'm hoping we will be able to commit to the farm down here. I should be able to live in Aqua Tail, which we do. Unfortunately, they have 2. That is very rough. I'm actually going to let this go, and we're going to trust in Greninja. We are going to need Greninja to 1v3 here. This is going to be a very tall task. And they have Frostlass in the back, and maybe we have a chance. We're going for the Night Slash. Night Slash lands, does pretty big damage. They are going to stay in and throw an Avalanche, and honestly, I have to start shielding. Greninja is pretty glassy, so I will shield that up. They bring in the Drapion, and I'm fully expecting a shield, so I'm going for the Night Slash bait. We go for the Night Slash, and my opponent calls it. What a fantastic read by my opponent. They called that I was probably going to fish for a boost, and they let it go. So a big mistake by me to bait. Now we need Greninja to get to 3 Night Slashes here versus the Frostlass. We get to the first. We're farming up. We're very close. We are 1 bubble away from the 3rd one. Going for the Night Slash there. We get the boost, and we're short by 1 turn. Oh, no. So close in the end game. Greninja came within 1 turn of soloing a team. Oh, my word. All right, hopping into the next match, we have a pretty neutral lead, Golbat into Noctowl. Noctowl is very bulky, so I would like to soften it up with some Poison Fangs before I switch out. And the nice thing is, due to Shadow Ball being added, basically no Noctowl is running Psychic, so you don't have to worry about super effective damage. We go for another Poison Fang. That's actually able to get them pretty low. We'll tank the Sky Attack, and now we bring in Empoleon. The Noctowl able to reach a move. I'll be honest, I had lost count here. I call it, and it's just a Sky Attack. That is pretty big, and now they're going to bring in Greedent. And we should still be outside of crunch range on Greedent, which is very nice, so we won't have to shield the first move that comes through, which will especially be nice if they do end up getting the debuff. They go for the Crunch here. Crunch does not KO, and now we're able to fire back with the Hydro Cannon, and we will be able to force the shield or take them out, and we're actually able to win Switch. That is very, very nice for us. Now, what will they bring in? They bring in Diggersby to farm down, so they have a ground type in the back, and now it's up to Greninja. And Greninja is going to start spamming out these charge moves. I shield at the last second, and it's the Earthquake. I was debating no shielding and calling the Fire Punch. That was a huge shield. Earthquake would have done massive damage. Greninja farming up again. Here, I'm a little worried. I'm going to commit the second shield, and we get baited. That is not ideal. We are going to be going for the Night Slash. Again, hoping for the shield. We do get the shield, and now we're able to get to the Surf. And Surf will be hitting for super effective damage and hits rather hard. That takes them out. They bring in the Noctowl, and the opponent resigns the match. So again, in the endgame, even with an energy deficit, Greninja able to close so well. Another Drapion lead. Again, this is pretty bad. So I'm just going to farm up, let them throw a Crunch, and then I'm going to switch out and hope that the energy from Golbat is more useful in the endgame. They go for the Crunch, we bring in Empoleon, and they have a Toxicroak. That is not what we want to see. Fortunately, we're able to get shield advantage with this Drill Peck, and as they farm down, these waterfalls absolutely chunk Toxicroak, so we are able to get it very low. We should live any one charge move here, but unfortunately, I think they're going to be able to get to another one. Sludge Bomb comes through, and they survive on 1 HP. No! I thought that Wing Attack would kill. Unfortunately, no such luck. Golbat does have a lot of energy stored here. They're probably bringing back in the Drapion, as Drapion's a pretty safe bet. I'm going to be going for the Poison Fang. We're 1 off of another one, and we're going to bring in the Greninja, and they have Frostlass in the back, and this is exactly what you want to see if you're Greninja. There are a ton of Frostlass in this cup, and Greninja absolutely eats Frostlass for breakfast. We are going to shield up. Even a resisted Avalanche or Shadow Ball would do a lot of damage, and we are going to farm down. Back in comes the Drapion. We're going for the Night Slash bait. Night Slash gets the shield. Greninja boosts! We get to the Surf. Surf, now that we've boosted, is definitely taking them out. We don't even need the energy on Golbat, and that is a good game. Let's go. All right. We have Pidgeot into Golbat. Pretty neutral lead. I like to stay in. throw the Poison Fang as soon as I get it, and then typically call the Feather Dance. Going for the Poison Fang there, and they reach enough energy, so this could be the Feather Dance or the Brave Bird, but I typically like to no-shield. It is the Feather Dance, that's a good no-shield, and now we bring in Empoleon, and we bait out Poliwrath. Typically, if someone's leading Pidgeot, due to Pidgeot's lack of coverage moves, they're often going to have a steel counter in the back, so it's definitely good to safe switch, as we have a bunch of lag, you absolutely love to see it, to bait out their best response, so that way Greninja will not have to see the Poliwrath. We bring back in the Golbat. We do have shield advantage. I'm going to shield up and see what move they throw. They have Scald, so I can overfarm here. We are going to farm up 5 more wing attacks, go for the Shadow Ball, and now we leave with a Poison Fang loaded as well. So Shadow Ball takes out the Poliwrath. Back in comes the Pidgeot, and we're going for the Poison Fang. Poison Fang will be doing a nice chunk of damage. We're farming, we're trying to snipe with Greninja, and they live and they get to a Feather Dance. That is so bad. Feather Dance will lower our attack, but they have a Alolan Marowak in the back. So we have the type advantage, but our attack is 50% lowered. Greninja is going to need to put in work here. They no-shield the first because they know we could boost. Here I kind of have to shield up. They go for the Bone Club. Bone Club is neutral, but does less damage than Shadow Bone. So a bit of a misplay by the opponent there, going for the Bone Club. And then Greninja boosts. Okay, here we go. Come on, Greninja. They go for the Bone Club. Greninja survives. Greninja, resisting the fire spins, gets to the Night Slash. Night Slash will take out the Marowak. Greninja farms down the Pidgeot, and that is a good game. Hopping into the next match, we have Golbat into Cofagrigus. This is not a great lead. What I should have done was save swap instantly, but I stayed in. Pretty big misplay there by me, and in this moment, I forgot about Psychic. I'll be 100% honest. I go for the Shadow Ball, and then they make a very nice catch onto Drapion. So far, we are in absolute shambles in this match. We can survive one Crunch, which is very nice. Crunch comes through, that's totally fine. And here, I'm thinking I can just shield once and farm down, because if I leave with a lot of energy, I'll be able to apply a lot of pressure onto either the Cofagrigus or their Backmon. We'll have to see which they bring in. They're waiting the clock, and they bring back in Cofagrigus. We do have a lot of energy, so we are going for the Hydro Cannon here. Hydro Cannon lands, does do a nice amount of damage. Our switch clock is coming up, and now we bring in Greninja, and they have Frostlass in the back. So despite the fact that this match started out so terribly, we may be able to pull it off. We're going for the Night Slash. Night Slash gets the shield, and they're at a move already. We do need to shield this up. Even an Avalanche would do quite a bit. Again, we're farming up and we're going for a second Night Slash. This will be doing big damage there. We get the second shield, we're farming, and then we sneak a move through. The question is, can we survive it? Avalanche, we live, we undertap, and then we lag and die. No! That's absolutely terrible. We had the move, we undertapped, the game freezes, and then we die with the move. And because we didn't get off that move, despite the fact that we had a really rough beginning, we were almost able to pull off the come from behind win, but unfortunately, lag robbed us there. Absolutely tragic. Hopping into the next match, Golbat into Pidgeot again. We already know how we like to play this out. Straight Poison Fang, of course. You're not going to be throwing a Shadow Ball at a normal type. But this time they actually shield the first, which is very interesting. So here I'm expecting them to Feather Dance since they shielded the first. And now I have shield advantage. I'm just going to bring in Empoleon. And they bring in Hypno. And Hypno is not your typical Empoleon counter, as it's a lot more of a neutral matchup. Sure, they do have oftentimes Thunder Punch, which can hurt quite a bit, but honestly, I'm okay with letting this go. They go for a Shadow Ball, which tells me that they may not be running Thunder Punch, but I don't know what that second move is, or they could just not wanting to reveal the Thunder Punch quite yet. I bring in Greninja to farm down. And here, I'm a little scared they might be still hiding a Thunder Punch. I shield up. It's a Shadow Ball, so they were probably running Ice Punch or something like that, and they have Wigglytuff in the back. And this is rough. We are a Dark type. We're taking massive super effective damage from Charm, but Greninja getting to the first Surf, doing big damage, getting to the second Surf, and now we switch in the Golbat, we catch them mid-Charm, we're able to farm them down, and now Golbat is able to get to a Poison Fang. Poison Fang will do a lot of damage versus the Pidgeot. We survive the gust. We get to another Poison Fang. We are going to be able to take out the Pidgeot, and that is a good game. Hopping into the next match, and we are leading Golbat into Diggersby. Again, this is a pretty awkward matchup on both sides, as all of our charge moves are resisted, so we'll just go straight Poison Fang to help buff up our wing attack damage, and the opponent is forced to go for the non-stab super weak move of Fire Punch. Fire Punch comes through, that just does not do a whole lot, so typically I like to throw 2 Poison Fangs and then I'll be safe switching because I do need to check if there's any grass types or any fighters in the back. Going for another Poison Fang, so now their defense is 2 stages debuffed, and now we bring in Empoleon, and it's a good thing we save switched because they have Shadow Machamp in the back. We are going to be going for the Drill Peck. Unfortunately, it lags. We only get a Great, and they are going to be able to farm down, but they shielded, so only getting a Great doesn't hurt us too much. I'm going to wait the clock because I don't want to be locked in here. We bring back in the Golbat, and we're able to get a move through as they throw. We're going to shield up. They don't bait, and I don't believe they can get to another Rock Slide. They go for it, and they're not able to get there. They get farmed down. They didn't even bother to try and fake me out with a Cross Chop. They bring in Drapion, and I'm going to bank the Shadow Ball for later and bring in Greninja. Sludge Bomb will hurt quite a bit. I do need to respect it. And we are farming up, and now we're going to be going for the Night Slash bait. Again, we are fishing for the boost. We get the shield, and we get the boost. Greninja is now buffed up. Sludge Bomb comes through, almost takes us out. They switch into Diggersby, and we're going to be going for another Night Slash. Since we're buffed, Night Slash will actually KO here. Unfortunately, the Drapion able to farm us down, but we have loaded energy on our Golbat. Golbat comes through with the Shadow Ball. That takes them out, and that is a good game. And hopping into the final match, this was probably my favorite match ever with this team because there's an Alolan Raichu lead, and if you notice, this entire team is incredibly weak to Electric. We are triple weak to Electric, and the opponent does an amazing catch onto Serperior. So right off the bat, things look absolutely terrible for me as we're hard countered on the lead and we are hard punished on the swap. We are going to bring back in Golbat, and we are just going to start farming. Looks like they are running Leaf Tornado and Aerial Ace, so they go for the Aerial Ace here. We are going to be doing a bunch of farming there, and now we're actually going to go for the Poison Fang bait. We're threatening a Shadow Ball to hopefully get a shield. We're able to get a shield. We bring in Greninja, and now they throw. I have to respect a potential Wild Charge. They do go for the Wild Charge, and they have Tropius in the back. So I'm running Flyer Double Water, and they have Electric Double Grass. This is absolutely terrible for me. They throw right away, and honestly, I have to let Greninja go. My win con is now Golbat. I need to start farming with Golbat. Tropius is very bulky. I need to lower that defense. I'm going for the Poison Fang, and now we have to try and commit to the farm down here. I'm going to let this go. The opponent throws a Leaf Blade that is double resisted, and we are able to farm down. Okay, now we are going for the Poison Fang bait. We need to grab the shield here, and then we should be able to reach it in the middle of the Volt Switch. So despite being triple countered, we are able to claw victory from the jaws of defeat, and that is a good game. All in all, I had an absolute blast running Greninja. Greninja's a Pokemon I really enjoy. Unfortunately, it's not the best in the Open Great League, but it really shines in the Remix, and this team that we used it in is a very strong team. I went 18, 6, and 1 today, so about a 75% win rate with the team. So it's a team that if you're looking to climb, I do highly, highly recommend. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you, as always, to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.